We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chatter
Hello.
Up. It's your girl Montique, Joy, and Callie. We are here to discuss the hot topics of Ericka Jayne and her hubby. I'm gonna play our
Yeah.
intro, and then we will get into it. Everyone, y'all ready? Hello,
Mm-hmm.
everyone. We are live. Welcome to Chatter Up.
Let's be clear.
Y'all
Literally caught.
That's a Karen move, honey. But she did it. Nobody said anything about that. That was appalling.
Kenya was not a video vixen.
Okay.
Kenya was a scholar.
So what? What was Kenya? I don't know where Callie went. Kenya was something. So
I'm getting my notes. I'll be right back.
okay, Callie's going to get her notes. So today we are going to talk about the special. It was an ABC special regarding Ericka Jayne, aka, well, I guess it's Ericka Girardi, also known as Ericka Jayne, and her husband Tom Girardi. Um, it was either called The Hustler and the Housewife or The Housewife and the Hustler, but it's on Hulu. And if you have not watched it, I believe you should watch it.
It should have
It
been called The Innocent Wife of Beverly
Oh,
Hills.
not the
Oh,
innocent
no.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Really? The innocent one?
Yes.
Okay. So did you all watch it?
It's
Mm-hmm.
the housewife and the hustler.
The Housewife and the Hustler. I thought that I did it backwards because I was like, I want them to try to say I didn't copyright them, but then I couldn't remember if I really did it right. But so I watched it because I was not gonna watch it the same day it came out. But after seeing all the comments, I was like, oh, I got to go see what's going on, honey. Um, so it starts out, and I think the way it started kind of made it not have as I was like, oh my God, why are they starting with Danielle? Like, why start with Danielle? Um, I gotta
Well, I don't
okay,
want to get
first
off
of all, look at
focus.
her hair.
Yeah,
The
that's what I was
weave
about
is
to
a
say.
totally different color from her hair. I'm like, who dressed this lady? She knew she was gonna be on TV. But do you understand why she was there? Does anybody kind of see why?
They used her and somebody else, but more her.
Yeah, they used more her, but did you see how she said that her and Erica worked at the same type of place? Did you hear that?
Yeah, at the
Oh, she
strip
made
club.
that clear that they worked at that same strip club.
Strip club. Yeah.
And so it's
Um,
interesting that she was talking.
um, I think they used Danielle for one. She is a blogger, or
Uh-huh.
she has that podcast, so she
Oh,
definitely is on all news housewives. So I think that was a pretty legitimate. I think if this was a year later, they would use, say, um, Giselle Nim that has a
Oh yeah.
vlog
On
who
the shade.
covers,
Mm-hmm.
housewives things. Yeah. So I kind of get why they used her. And Danielle is dramatic in the sense that she's going to keep the story moving. She's
Yes.
going to allow it to be interesting. So I don't think that it was a bad pick. I'm not crazy about Danielle at all, but I
Right.
know why she was there.
I do
Um,
too. At first I was like, why is she here? Like, why do
that
they have her? And she was the lead. So I'm thinking, why lead with her of all people?
because she's the most salacious. She's going to continue to make things salacious.
but what do
But
y'all think though? What do y'all think about her speaking on Erica, knowing that that's kind of is it okay to speak on a peer like that, basically?
yeah,
Okay.
Well,
definitely.
let me say, like Richie Sky, I think I heard him say that, and maybe Cheryl's World said it's not really a good thing to be a blogger that talks about another blogger. There's supposed to be some kind of code there that says, right or wrong, I'm not going to come out and really talk about it like that when it's criminally investigated. But that doesn't sound like an issue for you guys.
No,
I don't think so. I mean, she's on a reality show currently. If Chatter Up was on, you think they wouldn't talk about it? They absolutely would have. Andy asked questions. People ask questions regarding it.
yeah.
And he may not have said, "Well, I thought about this and that and the other," but he may say, "Wow, I watched it. It was wow." You know, he's going to say something. While he's supposed to be a neutral party, again, I know why that's why they got Danielle. Because she ain't neutral to nothing. She ain't loyal to nobody but herself.
Yeah.
Nobody. So another thing with her was if I was like, oh, so she had the stripper connection. So they worked at the same, they were strip club, and it was called Shakers in New Jersey. And it was next to the Sopranos thing, the Bada Bean Club. So I thought that was really neat. But so Ericka went from working as a go-go dancer. I'm not gonna say she's a stripper. Maybe they were go-go dancers. She was born in Georgia. She moved to New York. Then she moved
I'll
to
be
LA
right back.
as a waitress.
Sorry.
So she went from a waitress to she found Tom, and did you see how they got married so fast? Oh, I need to get that picture of. Let me download that. Of her when she was younger. So she's 49. How old is he? 82.
Yeah.
So he is quite older. But I don't know. So I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was just the plain victims. I did not know about the other people. Did you?
No. And it's crazy because, you know, I didn't know about the Aaron Vokovich or whatever the name.
Aaron
Brockovich connection. He was the lawyer of champions. He fought for the little guy. That's what his reputation was. But basically, for you all who haven't seen it, you know, we're about to give a lot of spoilers.
Yes, we are.
Little details. So, you know, but just to keep I'm just letting you know that moving forward. So here are the spoilers. So this was a scheme that Tom is accused of. So for the most part, he would win these huge cases. And two of the cases that they highlighted was there was some neighborhood, I believe it was in California somewhere, some kind of pipe exploded. And several people were severely burned, their homes ruined, and there were deaths involved.
Yes.
He took on these cases, and they won huge amount of money. I am so different in my mindset. He got this, I can't remember what the number was, but it was a huge amount of money that was supposed to be split up by several families. And what Tom did was convince these people to invest their money instead of doing the payout, and he would pay them a certain amount on certain days. And for some reason,
what the world?
People agreed to this. When I heard this, I thought this was insane.
They agreed to it.
There's no way I would have agreed to that.
They thought he knew what he was talking about. I just thought
I understand that, but why would you invest? So he's the person who got you the money. You don't keep your money in one investment. First of all, you need to diversify yourself. So, and then for him to be like, oh, this judge, what was his name? Pinelli says you can't have your money.
Well, let me finish so they understand. He was supposed to pay these people. He had agreed that he would pay them out slowly over a certain period of time, and they would make money on top of their money. Right. All of these people, that's what's fascinating. At least that was documented on this documentary. I don't know if there were other people, because this was a whole neighborhood. Yeah. I have to assume that some of these people would be like me and be like, I don't want you to hold my money. That don't make sense to me. Give me my money now. Write my full check out now. I'm not interested.
Right.
That's
exactly what I said.
Yeah, it made no sense. Go ahead, Callie.
John or somebody be like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and take all my money up front. We're not
gonna do no. Yeah, and it was crazy because he was like, you're such a young guy, and we don't want you to throw your money away. And so I'm sitting here like, I don't care how young you are. You just do not let this man keep your money. But I'm going to play this clip that I thought was really
And that was from the 17-year-old who unfortunately succumbed to his, he ended up dying a year later, something totally unrelated in a car accident. But that guy who was severely burned, like from head to toe, that he's, I mean, just poor guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
his girlfriend died.
Medical treatment because he has his money. It's just crazy.
I solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I do.
You're watching a never-before-aired deposition of high-powered lawyer 82-year-old Thomas Girardi, husband of reality TV star Ericka Jayne.
Do you have any personal data?
No, I know. At one point, I had about 80 million or 50 million in cash. That's all gone. I also had a stock portfolio of about 50 million, and that's all gone.
It's like, wow, like broke, you know, like, but not the client's money, right?
Girardi stands accused of
I mean, like, how can you have $80 million and be broke?
Well, yeah, just to give some context to that video, he paid some portions initially at first to keep them quiet, to keep them from pulling all of their money out. I need to say that. And then as time went by, they became antsy. And he wasn't paying them. He was saying, oh, so-and-so, he was saying another judge.
Judge Panelli.
Yeah,
right.
Judge for this money.
Said, I don't know anything about that.
And that, right.
I was done.
Right. So, that, you know, it's I don't know what to say. This guy is trash.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's my opinion.
But
I think he's trash. He's stole from these people.
But what happened was, so the reason that he got away with this so long, if you think about it, was because he had judges, he had lawyers, he had politicians, he had police. So if people complained about him in California, nothing was done. So all these people in California just had all these things against him, but nothing happened. He messed up with the Chicago because he didn't have them in his pocket.
Right.
And so when that airplane crash happened and it was a law firm in Chicago, they were like, no. So they went to the media and then everything happened.
They didn't let it linger on either. So they didn't sit there scared. We don't have
y'all add context to this so people understand what happened. So even after, so what they're saying is, so after so long, one of the ladies actually had a lawsuit, just to show you how on lock it was in California, that a girl had a lawsuit. I think it was some kind of mesh implant.
A mesh, in 2014 when it started.
And she was having problems with that mesh implant and ended up suing. Her situation was so bad, she couldn't even find another lawyer because she was already wrapped up in a lawsuit that involved time. So that's just how bad. So she had to then take this current lawsuit about the mesh to him as well, after he's already not paying her out for her son. And mind you, in the midst of all of this, her son died.
Yeah.
Her son died in a car accident.
Right.
I mean, in a
motorcycle
accident. So now there is no money payout for him.
Yeah, but they're still going to move forward. But this lady, okay, this is how much on lock it was. The case with the mesh happened in 2014 for $135,000. She still had not received her money in 2019. Right. She received a message from him in May of 2020 saying, I don't have your money. I'm sorry. I'm a good person. I don't know why they're holding it up.
But they just paid off that money.
She found out that they paid that off. No, they paid that off in May. He left that message in August. Right. So he was keeping their money and they were allowing it to happen. The California was holding this up and protecting him. And I mean, he's smart for that. I mean, you can't say you're not smart to have these politicians and stuff in your pocket. But it's just, how do you live with yourself?
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
And the fact, let me show you how much of a psychopath he is. He sounds so much like Trump on his recordings and emails. He's saying, I'm a really good person.
I'm a good person.
It's almost like you're trying to talk yourself through stuff. That's some Trump stuff. That's some psychopathic type behavior. You're trying to convince other people how good of a person you are when you know that you're the walking example of a devil. But to continue the story, what happened was he took on another class action lawsuit when a plane crashed in what country was that? Indonesia. And remember, it was everybody on there died, and they took on a lawsuit in Indonesia, and somebody lived in Chicago. Somebody lost a relative that was on the airplane that lived in Chicago. So that's when she was saying Chicago wasn't in his pocket. And that's how they started finding his stuff started unraveling, because he ain't got Chicago on lock.
He ain't got them on lock.
Asking questions because the companies had paid out. They had clear dates that the companies paid out, and he wasn't giving them to the clients. So that you entrust with your lawyer. You know, you have a lawyer, you trust it.
Yeah.
You trust it.
I just don't understand.
So I mean, everything in there proves that Tom is, he's just the worst kind of attorney anybody could get. They had so much trust in him. I went back and watched the show a second time because I was really trying to narrow down on the dates to really connect Ericka Jayne to
I have a lot of dates in my notes.
And what I don't have in my dates is, so when was the first complaint year-wise of him winning a big judgment and not paying somebody back? And was Ericka and him married when that
Yes,
happened?
they were married. They got married. Okay, hold on. So let's see. Let me go look when they got married. Ericka interview was from 2017. All right. Yeah. So they were born, let's say 2007. I'm trying to think when they got married. Okay, so she moved to LA to be a waitress. She met him at the restaurant. They got married in 2000 on the fly without a prenup. So it was after that, because I know the 2014, the one with the NFL thing, because it was on September 9th, 2010, because I was looking at the dates, honey. Opening day of the NFL was when the gas happened. So that was in 2010. Settled their case in 2013. And he asked them to invest the money. There was letters, and the guy still doesn't have money for surgery. Right. Oh, let me let Joy back in. Somehow she got out. Sorry, Joy. So they were married. They got married in 2000. She joined the Real Housewives. I think I had that date too. That's where they messed up. Yeah. Flaunting all that money on that TV show.
I don't think that first of all, I don't think this should have been called The Housewife and the Hustler. Yeah. Because there wasn't a whole lot about her. Now, I'm not Team Ericka, let me say this, but I will say this. There's no way the criminal part of it is she involved. Now, on the end of stealing from clients. Now, when we start looking at dates with this Ericka Jayne Corporation and this $20 million, and the lawsuit. So what happened was it's related to that Chicago case, sued because at some point Tom admitted that he didn't have any money. Right. So they started digging into their finances, and they found out that Tom had given Ericka $20 million to her company.
EJ Corporation.
When was that? What was the date with that? It was 18, 19, 20.
I want to say 2017, but I might be wrong.
Okay, hold on. Lion, the victim. Okay, nope, that's it. You have so many dates on here
now. I got so many notes, y'all. I don't have the date. I just said they gave Ericka $20 million in loans to EJ Global. That's the name of her.
So That's the money that they feel like Ericka is responsible for.
Well, they're only asking, saying that she's responsible for 7. I don't know how it's only 7 right now.
Okay. Well, they probably can't account for 7. She probably can account for
the rest.
Yeah, and they probably can account for 7. So that's Ericka's issue, is that it appears, and whether or not she's really getting a divorce for him and he's really having an affair, all of those details, we just don't know. But the timing sucks because Ericka knew about this all throughout the pandemic, because it was February. She was supposed to go to court in March of 2020.
May 2020.
Yeah, but because of the pandemic and no courts was open, or they was just getting open, it was canceled. Then they redid it for August, I think it was.
September. I got the note. September.
So she's never been depositioned.
Right.
So her leaving then by November, right before or on election day, because it was literally election day in November, the timing just looks bad. It looks like at some point she realized, oh, this dude is broke.
Yep.
Or this is a sinking ship here.
Well, when she decided to leave, the part that's making her look guilty, and I still don't think she's guilty, but the part that makes her look guilty is when she left, he had a lot of loans that were coming up due right around that same time. And so they were hoping that in order for him to get away with it, let him scoot this 20 million over there, and they'll be divorced and she would still have some money. I think that's where her problem comes in at. Now, did she know why that money was being sent to her? Did she really know? I don't
know if she knew or not, but she knows that it's not right. Now she knows.
And she knew that at that point, she already knew she was being depositioned. This woman was being sued in 2018 about some money that was associated with Tom.
She knew.
It was associated with him, her name. So it's not like all these things are coming and she doesn't know anything about them. At some point, they started going through her money. And that's the issue. Because even if she did, the stuff that happened in 2013, 14, 15, 16, she probably didn't know the details of that. I have no doubt in my mind that he likely hid that from her. It ain't nothing. It ain't like he's saying, look, babe, I'm finna steal all these clients' money down. I don't think that happened.
So he was forced into bankruptcy.
Yes.
And apparently both of their names are on all the bankruptcy bills. Now, why would that be, Ericka?
Well, the lawyer just withdrew that bankruptcy.
The lawyer just withdrew that? Is that what
that's the withdrawal? Yeah, and that when I read that's literally how Teresa and them got in jail. They filed bankruptcy. There was a discrepancy with that money, so they withdrew the bankruptcy, and they still ended up going to jail.
Oh,
so because it was too much, and we got a president that's gonna have some issues about that too. It's 3 people that you don't play with. Where are my fingers? The I, the aura, and the S.
Yes, God.
You know what? I think
not play about their money.
You guys watch this, but is that also why Abby Miller, dance mom?
Yeah, I think she got into some stuff with that too.
She had hers in bankruptcy court, and then.
And so the bankruptcy
trouble the same way.
You trying to hide your assets. So it's just like when broke people like us filed for bankruptcy, we broke.
Oh, I got some comments, y'all.
Sorry. We got our one car that we still paying a note on. We got our house that we paying a note on, and we trying to make it work. We ain't hiding our assets.
Okay, so somebody says, Antoinette says, as long as she got money from him during the time he was with her, and 20 million on top of that money he was stealing, whether she was aware of it or not, Bernie Madoff's wife knew nothing, and they seized everything she had left.
Oh, her things should be seized.
I think so too.
I agree with that. I'm not saying that her stuff. I ain't talking about her clothes. Her clothes ain't really worth nothing. But her,
but what she got is, girl.
Y'all know what I mean. Her basic stuff. Yeah, but her jewelry and some of them, I could see that. that going up for auction to get some of that money. I get that. You
Right.
only need one car. You don't need 6. You don't need that big old house. You don't. It's certain things that you don't need.
You
You
just
may
don't
want
need
them.
that.
They may comfort you, but they're not a need. They're just a want.
They're just a want. And I can't imagine seeing these people who cannot afford surgery. They're orphans, there's widows, there's people who don't have stuff, and you sitting here trying to hold on to your Chanel bag.
Exactly.
I can't get with that. I cannot get with that. And so and that's what she's fighting for. And I'm like, you need to be doing a benefit concert as Ericka Jayne and getting these people some dang on money. Like you can't do this.
I think, okay, look, I know that I'm probably in my own little corner over here. It's not like she's really fighting to keep her Gucci bag.
Yes, she is.
She's fighting to keep her money so that she can continue living. If she's not guilty in her mind, then of course she's going to fight.
But her mind is wrong.
It's not about whether or not you're guilty, whether or not she's guilty, because I don't think anybody blames her for what her husband did. It's atrocious. But you are a benefactor. That's the whole argument about reparations. It ain't a white person walking today that have enslaved, or a black person here that was enslaved. But when you are a benefactor of somebody else's demise, there should be payments out.
Okay,
and
we're
unfortunately,
unfortunately,
that would include them Gucci bags.
Yeah, that's right. I was about to read that. She's fighting to keep her stuff by saying those things were gifts. Sonny said that. Sonny from The View. She said that.
Sonny, that's who it was. Sonny, yeah.
It was Sonny. Yes. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, these people have nothing. This man can't even get surgeries on his burnt body because your husband.
Those should be necessities. Those aren't things that he wants. He's not trying to get vanity surgeries. Yeah. He's trying to get like her. He's trying to get surgery so he can walk properly.
Yeah,
or lift his arm without it being agonizing.
No way we could. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just wish. I think she would come out looking better if she just didn't seem so materialistic. Like, I've got to keep this. Because even in that interview, she was like, I don't want to be poor, but I can survive. And I think Ericka can survive. She's got
First of all, she's not going to be poor. Plenty of people have lived off of housewife surgery. We see it. Right. They may not, we see it. I mean, she can get her a really nice apartment or a nice house. And I mean, just Garcelle does a little work, but prior to Garcelle got her a nice house.
Yes.
She wasn't doing a whole lot of stuff. I don't know exactly what she was doing. Yeah. But I mean, now she has another show, but Garcelle bought her a nice house.
How long is he?
Denise be wrong. Okay, so I feel like in that video, y'all know Tom don't look like that for real. Like, whoever
I think he does now.
I call him BS on dementia. Now he has dementia.
He looks like he has dementia.
Right. Whoever did his makeup or whatever, she got the glam squad to do his makeup to make him look like he got dementia. Tom ain't never looked like that before. Ever. So I'm sitting here like, we got people watching. Y'all keep on and comment, people. But I'm like, what is
Any of y'all watch?
Listen, this one he got it, y'all.
Y'all ever watch that show that comes on FX called about oh gosh.
I have some pictures.
Denzel Washington played the real guy, Spanky.
Philadelphia? No.
No. He was the gangster.
American Gangster?
Yeah. What's that show?
Yeah.
There's a show about the real guy. Forrest Whitaker plays him on FX, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, I've never watched that.
I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
It's the reason what made me think of that is there's a guy on there who's an Italian who was in the mafia, and he played like he had dementia on the show. And in real life, the real guy did that. In real life.
So
he used to
get out of it.
Put his clothes on the outside.
Real life person pretended to have dementia?
for years, for like a decade. They had been trying, because he was trying to convince, and he did a good job. He literally used to put like his clothes on top of his robe and walk around town, or times he would walk around naked. And so he had gotten a reputation in his neighborhood of being an old guy who was kind of Lulu. So they would send him, different things would happen. They would send him back to the house. And this whole time he was head of a mafia organization. And that's it's being portrayed on the show, but they haven't touched on it as much this season, but they did the first season. But in real life, he did that from the 60s to the 90s. He only went to jail for tax evasion. He actually went to jail for tax evasion. I think that guy he may not even still be dead. He might still be alive.
That's smart. I had some pictures of some of the stuff the victims had said, but I don't know where I put them.
Yeah. So this whole dementia thing, when I saw that, I said, that's that old, I can't even think of that character's name, but that's what the guy did. He pretended like he had dementia.
That man ain't got nothing.
He had everybody convinced.
I mean, it's sitting here and Tom knows he did something wrong. Like, I just don't understand why they're trying to fight it. And I don't know if he's even trying to fight it. I don't know if he's trying to outlive it. Because he's 80 something. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, okay, I'm going to say this. I feel like Tom did this for Ericka. He invested.
But do you think she knew?
He invested in Ericka. All their money went to her career. That didn't happen. So he did it for her. But I don't understand why he thought he should do it. Let me get my dog to hush. I got a UPS man at the door.
Hey, real quick, Joy and Montique, my niece, they're safe.
Okay, good.
They'll be here about 7:30.
Okay.
No, I'll be right back.
Okay. No. Yeah, so I am. You want to get your stuff? Did you want to go get it, Montique? Oh, she's going to get it. But anyway, I am of the belief that Ericka, I don't think that she knew early on. I don't think there was ever a discussion or anybody whispered in her ear about this money that he stole. I think she knew, but how deep, once he found out how deep she tried. Okay. Yes. What y'all think about one of the companies that had her name on it?
Yeah, she was one of the companies.
We talked a little bit about that, Denise. Basically, the companies that had her name, that's that $20 million that they're looking for. That's the part that she may be responsible for. They're saying they're giving her that 7 million is the magic number that they came up with.
Yeah.
It's probably because she has to account for what I'm just assuming that maybe 13 million of it she can account for it.
And is that a final number? 7 million and she's done?
I think it was. I had an article about it. I can't find it. I had it all, y'all. I don't know what had happened. I'll try to find it later and maybe post it under here.
But if she's just 7 million, she probably got $7 million worth.
I know, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's all.
Like my whole thing is, if that's what I'm responsible for and I'm getting a divorce for real, for peace of mind, I would likely give you these bags. Because I guarantee you she can get them back.
Not the bags.
Now he's mad because his brother is his caretaker on handling all his business.
Yeah, his brother is handling everything. Yeah. But what about, because it was Girardi Keys. Who was the Keys person? That was the name of their
company.
Firm.
Yeah.
I wonder, because that person lost a lot because they closed down. They took their home, which I heard Tom's still living in there till they sell it. And their business, their building that the business was in.
And they never said anything else about the Keith part.
Right. So I was wondering, who is this? Who is that person? But okay, so Ericka.
Here's a question that I wanted to know. I think, I'll just say this. I think it is. But here's a question. Do you think that this would be a story regardless if he had not been married to a housewife?
That's a great question. I think it would have been a bit of a story.
I think it would have.
A small bit we might have heard about because of the PG&E case. I think it's overloaded now because of Beverly Hills. And
I think that's why I said when they went on the show and she showed, we got 2 planes and we got this and we got that and it's expensive to be me and look at my closet. I mean, and stuff like
I
that.
had never seen that music video until they showed it.
Yes, girl.
She was banging in it too. Okay?
How many F's do I give? You know, and I mean, people see this and these victims are watching her do this. I couldn't imagine being someone who cannot get surgery because I'm burned.
Either.
And do you think when she made that video, I know we are scamming. I know my husband is scamming people. Let's go make a video. I just cannot believe that. Do you think
I would hope, I would pray not. I think, well, somebody, Denise said she thinks we would have heard of it because I think we would have, and this is why too. He was supposed to be for the little people. He had won all that money for the Aaron Brockovich people, and so he's doing to people what he sued the company that did those people with the water for. Like he literally turned into that person.
And that was one case. He beat PG&E off of 2 cases. You know, so he's done great work. But
I don't, and I feel like really and truly Ericka went to him and what was it, 2007, saying she wanted to be a star. It wasn't kicking off. He was putting all that money into stuff. And then he started investing these people money into Ericka. I don't care what nobody say.
And why, I mean, maybe he does have dementia. How would you do that? I mean, maybe he was losing his mind.
It wasn't a smart move.
You know, Greg did the same thing to Nene.
Really?
If you ever heard their story, one of the reasons why they got a divorce, I don't know if y'all watched it that season, was because Greg went on the radio station and he has a somewhat, he talked about Nene wanted to be a star. She had an agent. He used to send her to California.
Right, I forgot
doing
that.
He was trying, he thought that she had it. That's why when people say things like Greg is her slave, he don't work, she buying him on. I say that people don't understand the dynamic of their situation. Nene ain't worked since she married him. He has been dumping money into her for over 10 years. And I'm not saying dumping in a negative way, just he invested money into her. He thought she had star appeal. And he had been sending her to sweet.
I would have never thought about that.
Yeah, in California. There are men that believe in women, and he did. That's why when I have much respect for Greg, for a man that is willing to switch roles and carry and hold his wife's purse. Yeah. And toot her. You know.
It wasn't always easy for him, though. But
it wasn't. But and I'm sure some of their hang-ups were about the switch roles.
I hate that, you know. I think he really thought that her music career was she has a great following with like the gay community, but I don't think it's enough to put all that money back that he invested in her.
And they said in the show too that before they got the Housewives gig, that he was about to pull her out.
Yeah, he was about to pull it.
Money on it. And then here comes Beverly Hills, and not only do we have to put money into it, we got to make it go even further.
I wonder how much their salary was.
I think they get paid a lot more than Potomac.
What year did she come in? 16 or 17?
I think it was 17. Because that's when she did that interview and she was showing like her house and her closet. And she said it's expensive to be me. And she talked about, you know, all her clothes and it was a mess there.
Because I do wonder, I heard they're not the highest paid. Nene and Teresa have been the highest paid housewives. And probably now it might be Candy, but I don't think Candy is going to come back next year.
I don't think so either.
Let me see. I'm finna look up.
So Denise said Teresa rose with her husband. Yeah, because her husband had a lot of money too. Like I don't know if he did, but she didn't work.
Who was Teresa Rose?
Teresa from
Rose to Fame. She's
Rose to Fame with
it was 2015.
Like she didn't work or anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on. Is that
so she joined in 2015?
Well, maybe not. Hold on. It says 2015. The song placed at okay. Nope. The song, her song was number 1 in 2015.
Okay.
Dated August 11, 2009.
I think
Okay,
she
it
was
was
on the
20.
show.
Oh, correction. It was in 2015. She joined the cast of The Real Housewives of Beverly
Yeah.
Hills for the show's 6th season. There you go.
Yeah, because that's where that song came out. But did you get the part where when Heather McDonald had the podcast and she was like, "You're not going to be filmed," and then Ericka came with the glam squad? I was like,
That was funny.
Yeah, I think she just was so used to spending money. But would you question? Okay, so you had a question of, would you question your husband on how he's able to pay for 2 planes if you
No.
know he's a big attorney?
No.
If you didn't see the other people that was kind of on his level having some of the stuff he had,
No.
you still wouldn't question it.
The only reason why, when you, if you're in a situation, this isn't a Bezos situation, the Amazon people, they accumulated their wealth together.
Mm-hmm.
This is a situation where this was a set man when she handed him his plate at whatever restaurant.
Right. At whatever restaurant. I wish I had worked there.
And is it still around? That's what I want to know. The restaurant could be famous.
So when you are with a man that's already financially set, and this is a man that wants to take care of you and shower you, your life is set around, don't ask a lot of questions. I got you.
Yeah, I can see that.
And there are households that don't even have money like that. When your guy is the breadwinner and you all aren't doing income together and you have a set amount of money, that you're not meant to ask questions. You're supposed to do whatever you're doing.
And that's why I wondered. That's why I ever questioned if she really knew anything about this.
I don't think she did in the beginning. I think it would be unfair to say that she did. I think that, but at some point, I believe she did. There's no way when that first lawsuit came with her name on it that she didn't. Because I can't remember what year it was, but it wasn't 2020. It was like 17 or 18. At some point, she knew Tom was having some problems because a lawsuit is saying you're funneling money because Tom is saying he ain't got it.
Yeah, he said he don't have it.
And I'm showing that he just gave you $20 million. He didn't give her $20 million in 2021 or 2020 or 2019. He gave her this money a few years ago, and that's the issue. And the mere fact that they haven't even seen the court documents about the proof of this 20 million, but it has been on several lawsuits. Remember? So they don't even know what date. We just know it was before 2018 because that first lawsuit came in then. That's the only reason. That is literally the only reason why we know that there was some $20 million funneled. Now, he may argue that he gave that $20 million for her and Housewives in that regard. It could have been that video.
Yeah, it could have been. I think the victims are what really kind of set it off. Like, it just broke I'm telling you, I had to pause some of it. Okay, let's see. We got some more comments. Let's see what this is. Oh, I don't know doesn't fly. That could happen.
Oh yeah. I mean, she's gonna, that's why she's gonna have
Antoinette,
I agree. So let me show that one. She said, I'm not gonna if your husband's wealthy and you're just like you do think that we're okay.
I'm not saying that it's none of your business, but he can very easily say that and you have a choice. I mean, if he already, this is like I said, he's already had this money way before her. He's saying, babe, I got you. Just do you. What you want? I want to be a star. I got you.
I got
what you need.
And that's love.
That was the conversation, but that's not unrealistic under these circumstances. Because the Ericka, this was 20 years ago. Ericka was in her 20s. And this man was in his 60s.
60s, yeah. She's 49 now. She's about to be 50.
Right. She was 29.
Do y'all think she should still be on the show?
I think she should still be on the show, but I want to see her looking like she's without her glam squad. I want to see her living, trying to rising up from it. You know what I mean? I don't think she should keep the stuff. I don't. Does anybody else think she should keep it? I know Callie might think she should keep it.
I mean, that's part of Ericka Jayne, but maybe it's just not as high scale as before. But yeah,
right.
It's her life. Okay, downsize it, but at least have somebody to do your hair on Sundays.
Yeah, on the show day, or you could get somebody and then they can just do your hair, and then you could be like an advertisement for them. Like, look who did my hair, and then they get more clients.
Exactly.
So, but what do you think about her lawyer? So here her lawyers dropped her.
Why though? I didn't read it. I just
they couldn't trust her.
She lied. Usually lawyers don't drop you in the middle unless you have lied to them or not giving them or not talking to them.
Or they're scared of Tom Girardi.
No, he's done. Tom has no money. His assets are frozen. He cannot practice law.
Well, now he have no more power.
Now, right now
he can't even practice.
Just thinking over the years, that's why he wasn't touched in the past. Everybody was scared of him. So,
but no, now
that's over.
That's over.
That's over.
Oh, that's over. But yeah, they dropped her because they couldn't trust her. So,
wow. They're saying that Lisa Rinna only gets paid $450,000 a season.
You think that's
said only?
Huh? That's nothing.
They get millions. They get millions.
Lisa Rinna?
I don't think so. I don't think they get those contracts anymore. I just don't. I think that's the reason why Nene walked away, is because she was trying to secure that certain amount. They was like, no, those contracts are over. I just don't think so.
Ericka gonna need those contracts because I think she gonna have to give it up.
They say Melissa only gets $750,000 a season. Ericka Kane, they're saying only getting $500,000 a season.
Really? That's all. I don't know if I believe some of that. So another thing was so it was the lady with the mesh, it was the burn victims, and then it was the plane victims.
Wow.
So we didn't really find out anything until the plane victims, which was 2018. Right. And most of those people who are, their family, they're widows, they're orphans, they don't have their parents, they don't have their husbands or their wives. And how could you keep their money? Like, how can you keep money from these people who are hurting? So what they're doing now is trying to comb through everything that they have. And they're going to make them. Do you think it's going to be enough money to cover everything?
No.
No way.
But they had them lined up. So I think the burn victim, I think it sounds like he will be the first one to get.
They prioritize the victim.
Yeah, that was waiting to have surgeries. It's just, Tom. That's
one of the things is, like, there's no way moving forward. Anybody that's listening, if your lawyer try to convince you to do a installment plan on a lawsuit that's 100% yours, I got this. Bro.
I don't understand how he was charismatic. I understand that. And I know
it ain't that much charisma in the world.
I don't understand how these people are like, okay, you can
what? His resume said a lot to them.
I don't care what your resume said. You might keep it by 12 million.
But I bet you some people decided not to do this because this was a whole neighborhood. This wasn't one house that was affected. I bet you a lot of people didn't do this. A select few thought it was a good idea, because there's no way if first of all, something like that had happened in my neighborhood, you had lost your child or whatever, I wouldn't want to live in California anymore. Because that's something that's out of underground and you don't know how. That's a fluke of nature, yes, but I wouldn't want to live there no more.
Yeah. So you think he knew how to pick his victims?
Yes, that's what I think happened.
And his whole "you're my favorite family" thing.
Oh,
been like,
that's manipulative. That's being
a lawyer. Would you leave voicemails and emails knowing you're lying and you can be tracked? Like, that kind of stuff can be tracked. Yeah, I don't think that was a smart lawyer.
How many times did he say he was a good person?
Every time he emailed them.
Yeah, Fallon is going live right now.
What
That girl, I don't know why
so boring.
That was the most boring press
That
conference.
so boring.
It
So
was like we're watching paint dry.
it was awful. So another thing that I wrote was that there's a bankruptcy trustee. They liquidated the home and the business, but it left 9,000 clients and 900 open cases. So I mean, he has messed up so many people's lives. And I know that
9,000. What? Who's going to pick up 9,000 cases?
I don't
What do
know.
you do with that? That's a huge number of people.
And so now, so now Ericka has more money than Tom.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here like, what? So do you? Let me see, Ericka subpoena. So you saying that the reason she didn't? Okay, so they're saying the September one, or one of the times she was subpoenaed, she didn't go because she wanted to go on that Tahoe trip. Do you think they would have let us do that?
No. So no, I don't. But do you guys think that any of these people, the judges and everybody that let this stuff slide through after all his complaints, are they not going to be able to do anything to help out here? We'll put them in training and that's it.
Well, what I read was that they are mostly likely not still in office, the ones who let it happen, or they're not alive anymore, or they're just, so you really can't go after them. So that's what they're trying to say anyway, is that those people are no longer there. Do you believe that they're no longer there?
Yeah, I do, but it still seems like that they ought to have some kind of hand in this.
Because
I don't know.
Yeah, because if they would have found out earlier,
if they would have done something about the complaints,
none of this would have happened.
Right. I mean, so everybody's going after Ericka, but maybe other people should be getting hit too.
I think a lot of people should be getting hit. I feel bad for the victims. I hope that they get their money.
Instead of a GoFundMe page for what's Jen Shaw? I mean,
that needs to be some type of benefit concert.
That guy get his surgeries and stuff. It's ridiculous.
So did they? Okay, so I didn't catch this, but are they saying since they prioritize it, are they saying when the people could possibly get their money? No,
not that I saw. And then the guy on the airline case, he says he doesn't know if it's coming next week, next month, next year. He has no idea. They kind of just got to wait in line and see what they recoup from.
And will the mesh lady ever get her money? I mean, it was only $135,000, and she still hadn't got her money from a 2014.
I thought they said that they put people in priority.
Yeah,
that's why the burn victim was first.
Yeah,
let's see. The victim.
I thought they said something like that. I could have.
Yeah, we talked about that because he was friends with everybody. The one lady who was the legal lady, she was like, they tried to go to other lawyers and they told them no.
Right. Couldn't get any help because of Tom.
So they showed two people who are first in line to get the settlement. I think Joyce froze. Oh, she back.
I mean, it's just a tragedy all around.
So do you recommend people watch it?
I mean, I thought it was like a nighttime or daytime kind of documentary.
Right.
It's interesting.
I mean, it's interesting, but
if you're in the Housewives, I'm new to Beverly Hills, but I watched it because I didn't, like I said, his connections to Aaron Brockovich or whatever that movie, I think would have been an interesting case regardless.
Yeah.
So with her, it just made it more interesting.
I think that it had too much weight on.
I'm gonna charge my thing up. I'm still on, y'all, but I'm gonna go off camera to charge my thing.
It had too much weight on Ericka to me. I mean, it's almost as if they just showed her glamorous life, and the only reason that this happened was to keep up her life. It almost had the wrong focus. It's hard to explain that, but it just felt wrong that so much of it was about Ericka Jayne.
So you think that they focus more on her flaunting the wealth than him doing the criminal act?
Yeah. I mean,
I thought they spent a lot of detail on him his criminal act. They didn't spend a whole lot of time on her. I think
Oh,
that.
I thought they spent too much time on her. I mean,
think
these people
so?
were watching her on the
I don't think
Housewives,
so.
getting
think
all
so.
glammed up and all the money she spent. It's like, okay, we know what she does because we watch it too. Now let's go back to Tom.
Well, I think they
But I
did
think
that
that was in a clip. That was in like one swoop.
one or two.
Not it wasn't excessive. They didn't spend a lot of time on her.
I think
Everything
they had
that
to
they
do that
said
too
about the
because
show.
Tom didn't talk about what he spent. The
Yeah,
way that
They
they were
said
able to
about
find
nothing.
out was
what
through what
Ericka's
Ericka
doing.
was saying.
Everything has been what Ericka's doing. The hustler and the housewife. And her $40.
I mean, it's in the name, but they didn't. The reason I know it was quick is because that's where the video was.
Yeah.
When they were showing how excessive she was with spending or her things and walking in her closet and laughing about. That was the clip. That was at best 15 seconds.
And that was
of
the clip
whole
of like
thing.
2017.
Yeah, it wasn't a very long clip. That may have been 20 seconds, 25 seconds.
Well,
Yeah,
just 25 seconds in this show. In general, this entire case to me talks more about Ericka than Tom. That's what it feels. Yeah, I do. That's what it feels like to me.
No.
But
I think she is the talk because she is a housewife.
Yeah.
And he's been so excessive, but I don't think the documentary itself spent that much time on Ericka at all. If you could go back and look at the actual minutes, it really wasn't that much. Them showing how excessive she was so quick, because I can even remember rewinding it because I wanted to see that video because I had never seen it before. But it was so quick. But they stopped to show a clip of her in the middle of that talking to a reporter saying, "You want to come to my closet?"
My closet. Yeah, that was in 2017.
But I'm telling you, that was 20 seconds.
I
on
think
the documentary.
It may be some of the things that stand out the most.
In general, I mean,
no, I think
since the day it came out, it feels
in all these groups. But it's because we're in these groups, and these groups are focusing on her.
Yes.
I think that's what you're feeling, and not the documentary.
But not the documentary itself. I don't think they spent a lot of time on Ericka at all. Because the connections that they had, they talked a little bit about the Ericka Kane connection, but they even admitted that they have not seen the original. They have no proof that these exist. They only know that they do because of lawsuits.
Yes. Yeah, they didn't
haven't spent a lot of time even trying to connect her. That was more innuendo than it was anything because I
felt like maybe she had talked to them, was like, "Don't you bring me up," because they didn't bring her up a lot.
They really didn't. They really didn't. I don't think they really, but it's that sort of thing that we know at some point she knew something was wrong. Because even if she was completely out of the loop, 100%,
right?
I'll even give her that 100% out of the loop. The day that she got that lawsuit, she was in the loop.
She was in the loop, and
even if her husband took it and said, "I'll take care of that and pass it on," she had to be asking questions like, "Well, what's going on? Why are these people suing me and my company? What do I have to do with?" You have to start answering questions then, even if you were silent before. Or unaware before. She knew then.
And she needs to quit trying to say that these are gifts and I don't want to give them back. If they tell her to give some back, she needs to give it back.
It would be in her best interest because, like I said, there are things that you need. I'll even let her keep her clothes. I just don't think clothes are going to do well on the auction unless they're I just don't. But them purses, shoes, I don't even think shoes will, but hey. It's designer Gucci luggage, and you don't need that. You need some luggage.
Yeah, girl, you better go Amazon. Go to Cal and ask Cal and all them to give you some.
You ain't got to have 15 Louis Vuitton bags
and all those shoes. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know. People would want her stuff because a lot of people. What do you feel like she needs to be kicked off the show?
No,
I don't think she needs to be kicked off the show. Unless she is taking a flippant attitude about these people's money.
Okay.
Can we talk about the lady that bought the $25,000 glasses? Why don't
Danielle Wilkie
on the show? But I don't remember her. She doesn't look like the same person.
She doesn't. And the reason that they put her, because I was like, why is she on here? It was because she actually interviewed the Chicago lawyer. And the Chicago lawyer, and I cannot find my phone, y'all. The Chicago lawyer said, I need to figure out what's going on because Ericka's divorced him. That's when a lot of stuff happened. Her divorcing him caused people to say, oh, there ain't no money. We need to go in deeper. Okay. So I think that backfired on them.
Are they divorced already?
I think that they're divorced. I think it's done.
Ericka and Tom, you think they're officially divorced?
I think they're divorced.
I
know she filed
Thanksgiving. Well, it's
It's
June.
been a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a year. I think they are divorced. I know she don't live in the house with him.
Okay.
She has her own place. Mm-hmm. And so, but they
the Holtz didn't take that long because she filed in May. They were divorced by, I think it was, when was that baby born?
December, when it Christmas?
Yeah, it was. So I want to say they were divorced by like January. It was less than a year.
Because and they
didn't have a big of an estate.
Oh, it's a picture I want to show you. I gotta find my dang on phone. Hold on, I can do it from here. I keep forgetting what I want to do.
So it don't take that long if all parties are willing.
And if you ain't got no kids, they don't have kids together.
Yeah, and the Holtz had 4.
So what do you think? Because you know Ericka's son is an attorney. I mean, a police.
They haven't shown. I don't even know who he is. I know he's glad he ain't never been on this show.
Well, I was gonna show a picture of when her and Tom were together, and Ericka was younger, but I gotta find it. I'm using a new laptop today, so I'm kind of all over the place, y'all.
What y'all think about love and marriages?
Oh, I can show this real quick. We can talk about that real quick too.
I'm ready for it to come back.
So here's the photo.
It's the new cast.
Yeah, I can't remember. When is it? July what?
17th.
17th.
I'll be.
You're not gonna be home by then?
I'm coming home on the 17th.
Dang it. We need to have a watch party, y'all.
I'll be at home because I don't know how settled I'll be, but I'll be at home by the time they come on.
Oh, hold on. I gotta share this, y'all. Hold on, let me take this down. I gotta share this comment. I did not know this.
Before he was the police. What?
Really?
Who?
Ericka's son. So the new Joy, have you read about the new people, who they are or anything?
I don't know. Melanie introduced the couple.
Right.
Say she offers something big to the group. They really haven't gone into any detail about it. I do wonder how big of a role Melanie plays this year, because they really claim she really don't live. She leaves it when she's not on her 2 weeks.
Oh, so she goes back to Atlanta or wherever she is?
Wherever she is, yeah. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. That she's only here. She only go not here, but she only goes back to Huntsville when it's her 2 weeks.
God, I can't even imagine that. Being away for 2 weeks every month, it sounds like. Is that what we're...
So the kids are... Okay, explain this again.
The kids they're supposed to be on 2 week things. Martell has them for 2 weeks and she has them. Right now, it's real easy because all the kids are virtual, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to affect the fall, but that's how they have been doing it. So, but that's why I said she was petty, because I don't know if you all remember a couple of months ago, she was at the beach and she posted a picture of her and her children. And she was like, yeah, enjoying my 3rd week with the kids.
Oh. So,
I like Melanie. I really, really do. I actually like Martell too. I wish they would stop the foolishness. They act like kids.
Oh, dang it, Kelly. Did you load the clip from the because I was gonna show you didn't load it, did you?
They act like children.
Love in Huntsville.
Can I share my screen?
I can load it, just if y'all want to wait a minute. Just give me a sec.
They act like kids. They just don't act like 30 knocking on 40 something door, adults. They They air out their grievances on Twitter. That's what you expect a teenager to do. Maybe a 22-year-old that's not professional. I don't know how anybody, you can't, I want to take her seriously, but I just can't, because emotionally she don't seem stable. Because if you can hold your emotions enough not for your thumbs.
Melody doesn't seem stable?
Not like the professional that she wants to be. Not when you air out your grievances with your husband on Instagram. No.
You know what I think is so weird about this stage, this life we're growing up in now, is social media. We've seen more about people's lives on social media than I would have ever thought possible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
let me
really
see.
sad.
I think I got it.
I don't think that she's unstable, though.
I mean, I don't mean unstable like crazy. Like you have to be in control of your emotions, your fingers. You have to, you should not act like Trump. I'm mad, so now I'm finna get up here and say what I feel on Instagram because it's the truth. I should be able to tell my truth. I'm a woman of a certain age. It's just certain things you just don't do.
All right, I'm gonna play this video. Let me know if it plays, y'all. Hold on. Can you hear it?
No.
No, can't hear it. Let me get out. I know why you can't hear it. Hold on.
Yeah. So that's just how I feel about her. I mean, I like her. I don't understand that. I'm like, it's just certain things you don't have to defend.
Yeah, I mean, I hear
feels
you.
it necessary. And look, he just is childish. He ain't no better.
All right, y'all.
No better. He's done some silly stuff, but she does about 4 things before he do one.
All right, I think. Let me know.
But he
on social media. People say I got side babies.
I don't know what to say to you.
Your ass ain't never built a house. Bye.
So it's July. Okay. So it's July 17th. Why is our background not what I want it to be? But it's July 17th, and we will try to have a watch party. So hopefully people can watch it with us. Joy's gonna be out of town.
I'll be in town, man. I'm
How long me turn this?
I think I'll be home. I mean,
when did Marsau get cute? Marsau wasn't all that attractive in season 1. Now he's pretty okay. What happened?
Who, Marsau?
Mm-hmm.
He does look different. Do you think he done had some surgery?
Man, he had no surgery. He done got some money. Because he didn't have no money first season.
Yeah, me too, Antoinette. It's just weird.
What she saying?
She glad they didn't have social media when she was growing up.
Yeah, like you should. Yeah, I agree. Look, I say that because I could see me doing that when I was 20. Your boyfriend acting stupid. I could see my little silly self doing some stupid stuff. You and your friends fall out. I can't stand fake people. You know how young people do. I believe I would have been the same way. So it's one thing for me, for you to be 20 and do that. And it's a whole nother beast when you 38 and 36.
I get it. I hear what you're saying, but I'm just wondering, in this world, just think about it. We got kids out here that aren't even 30 yet, and they're making millions of dollars for doing stupid stuff on YouTube. This is a new world. Lives are lived in front of the camera. So it sounds weird to us to see them talking this whole divorce and fighting online. I would never do it but I'm not 35. So in this world,
how old are they?
He's like 30. Let me see. He's like 38.
They're both under 40.
Yeah, they both. Okay. Let me see.
So I hate to see some of the stuff
how old
we
is
see.
Martell Holt?
Yeah. I mean,
he's 38. He's 38.
She's 38, and she's like 35, right?
I think she's like 36 or something.
So here's the picture I want to show. Look at how young Ericka looks.
Yeah,
this is when she's pretty. She's pretty.
Oh,
and Tom looks so sweet, don't he? He looks just fat.
So different. That's Tom.
Yeah, he looks chubby and sweet.
Yeah, he just does not look like Tom.
She's 34.
Melody's 34.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're growing up in a different world.
Yeah, I mean, I think 30 is old.
I'm also at a place like your oldest is old enough to read all of this.
Who? Oh, Melody is? Them?
Yeah, her oldest daughter. You know, her oldest, daughter, they may venture, Google their parents. Like, for the life of me, it's just certain things I just don't understand. I
wanted to bring it up. Remember, I told y'all, I don't know if people listen to Reasonably Shady, but I listened to this last episode, and they were going over some of the hot topics that are in today. They talked about the Porsha issue, which y'all can listen to. They also talked about Ericka. Mm-hmm. And they did say that they hadn't watched I'm going to say this, they had not watched the Housewives Hustler show. Mm-hmm. But they did say that when they met Ericka at Andy's baby shower, that she was probably the most down-to-earth one. Mm-hmm. She didn't act like she was better than anybody else. And she made sure that everybody was included and stuff. And so they didn't think that she knew everything that was going on. So, now, I don't know how they feel after watching the thing. Let's see, what's this? But her son is getting the worst of this. You talking about Melody's son?
The baby or
Ericka's son?
Or Ericka.
So this got to be about Tom. He just got way over his head trying to give a woman a life that I mean, I think that is what happened. He really loves Ericka. He wanted to please her. He thought her career, because you can make a lot of money in the music industry. He invested in her with not his money, but their money, lost it, and now he can't pay it back. So you know how you have this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get a return on my investment so I can spend this money now, but I'm about this business, and then it sometimes doesn't work. But he did that with other people's money. Another picture I wanted to show, because I thought it was sweet, was this one. Our Nene and Mariah. I took it off. They are on what is it called? So business, some kind of business thing in Jamaica, and they're living it up. And they seem to be
wonder if that those ladies that Nene works that she
it is, but I can't think of the name of it. But yeah,
the ladies that she what?
She remember the last season she was on there. She had like some kind of dinner or something.
It's them.
A whole bunch of ladies.
The brunch thing.
Yeah.
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 It's
like
that.
The one
That's
where
they
have
are.
a Bell Collective, but those.
Yeah.
Well, at least Nene's made it.
Yeah.
I think that's all that I had. Do I have anything else to show? Do we want to talk anything more about these? Oh, New Jersey. I don't have. They are doing something for Pride, but I don't see Jennifer. What is Jennifer? I think Jackie looks good. I think Jackie.
Look at Margaret.
Yeah, they look good. They're filming right now.
Margaret that has so much surgery. She don't even look like herself.
Which one is Elsa? Is Elsa?
Yeah, she looks like Elsa. Yeah, I think Jackie. That's the best I've ever.
Don't hold it back anymore. Let it go.
Let it go, honey.
Every time I see her, I'm gonna remind you all of my prediction that if Teresa makes a truce with Jackie, Jackie is going to be all up in Teresa's face.
So she just gonna drop Melissa.
So bad. Yes, she wants to be Teresa's friend so bad.
She's very thirsty.
I recognize that.
Her daughter just recently had a prom, so she might been with her. Oh, Jennifer's? Oh, she does have the older daughter. I'm just used to seeing the other one. The one that's more vocal, that showed her shoes. So do y'all ladies who watching have any questions for us or anything that we need to talk about? We did good, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my phone. I had other notes, but I don't know where I threw my phone. I just bought I have a watch. I do the Fitbit watch. Everybody thinks it's Apple Watch, but I just bought me a Samsung watch to go with my phone, and that's what's at the door. That's why my dog was barking.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's at the door. So
I just bought my husband the iPhone 12 for Father's Day.
Oh, you a good wife.
Oh,
my daughter has
Are we Father's Daying?
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Are we? Because Father's Day is Sunday. Mm-hmm. So what do you all want to do? I don't have any. I mean,
we can skip it or maybe do Saturday. Or
I mean, it's
I don't really
not.
care.
We probably could because are we still live?
Yeah, we live. Well, they need to know.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and
I would
FYI,
say
yes, they
skip
are
it because
divorced.
Yeah.
Tom and Ericka are divorced. I didn't know they was
Yeah,
official.
they're
It's
divorced.
official.
they are divorced.
Mhm.
they're
Okay.
divorced.
When was it final?
It
Cal?
just says 2020. It doesn't give the exact date.
Really?
They were married
They
from
didn't file
20.
election
I
day.
mean,
married
they
from
just
2000
filed on election day.
But on
November
both of
what?
their wikis, it says they were married in 2000 and divorced in 2020. On both of them. I pulled them up individually.
Wow. So they got
Yeah.
divorced in a month?
I guess anything's possible.
Unless she filed before
No
she
kids.
told them.
Maybe his girlfriend judge helped it speed up.
Yeah. Or she could have already had filed and just told them then. That could have happened.
Sure is pretty. Go ahead on, girl.
She's a pretty lady. I mean, it's a
But-
lot of makeup and surgery, but she is pretty.
She ain't right. All right, so no.
So we'll just skip Sunday.
Hmm?
I haven't watched anything. I don't know what's going on in New York. I think we can't skip.
You know what?
What?
This is crazy because on his Wikipedia page, first of all, it says they were divorced in September. So that that's a good question. She had already filed for divorce.
She had to.
Long before that November. She was actually divorced come November.
Divorced.
20. She's full of crap.
Okay.
That's more of guilt. She's full of crap.
I don't know that I call her full of crap. I call her smart.
I'm not saying it. Hey, it's not. I'm not. Hey, if you want to leave with what little you got, I hear you. There's still now she guilty. I'm leaning back on that end again. She didn't file for divorce in November. She was divorced in November.
Mm-hmm.
This is
y'all. Ericka ain't no joke.
His divorce.
Yes, honey. And I think it's crazy because you know all this is going on and you still on this show. Wearing this that pink little dress that you know costs a lot of money.
The week before was talking about how great guy he was.
I love
a great guy. He just has dementia and forgot.
When they went to that backyard barbecue, this lady put on a necklace that could probably pay the mesh lady her $135,000.
You know what? But if you, and I know we're very hangry, I don't want to go back into it, but
bless you.
Not give that lady $150,000. I mean, come on. Of all the things you owe, that is a tiny amount.
That is such a small amount, right? Like,
do that.
I think I might give her that. No, I can't give her that. No,
I mean, he's fine. You know, it's sad.
Oh, thank you, Denise. Awesome show. Thank y'all. We really I had a good time. I do like kind of when we focus on one subject sometimes.
I don't think this is right though. Their divorce might be sealed because that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if that's
you can
right
apologize
either.
to Jayne then until we know the details.
We're gonna look to see when her divorce was final.
Yeah.
But I know Joy's gonna be out of town when Potomac has their when is it, July 11th?
Yeah,
so I don't know if we want to do a watch party for that or not, but I would love to do it. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but I do know we want.
First episodes are never good.
Yeah,
they're just catching up on stuff. It's never good and settling things.
I might have it. So your girl, Monique, went live. And she still, I don't know how long it is. Let me look.
Monique, the comedian?
Does Giselle like to date gay men? I mean, like, is her husband, was the husband accused of being gay or no? He was cheated. Cheated? The pastor, Jamal. These pastors, when I tell you, this is why I can't go to church these days because it's just too much going on. I mean, what you think about that? Do you think the relationship is real or not?
It was not real. Maybe at some point in time it was, but not season 5. I pretty much proved that. I mean, every year, just think about it. If you're a person who has to bring a new dude every single season, every single year, new dude, like, come on, we ain't believe in that mess. That was a nice little arrangement, and it got bombed out because Pastor Holy Court could not keep his thing in his pants down in the A. So,
but doesn't Porsha have a different man every season too, though?
I'm always team Porsha, and no, she doesn't have a different man every year.
So you ain't? I love Porsha too, Porsha. You know I love you, but you don't think you ain't team Fallon?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm glad he mentioned that. Doesn't Porsha
has had, and I'm gonna say another thing about Porsha. Has Porsha ever had a man behind her at the reunion?
Did the bearded husband come once?
I don't think so.
No, he didn't come. He didn't come. I remember that. That was
What did Monique say to that? Because
I don't know how long it is, y'all. I just got that video, so we might show it again. All of it.
I never had, because Dennis did the year that she was with Dennis. Was the pandemic? No, she was pregnant. Dennis was there. Was he?
Hold on, I don't know.
Because 1 year she was pregnant. Because that was the year her and Nene fell out.
I don't think she's ever had one. So for all these people talking about Giselle can't keep a man and Kenya can't keep a man and da can't keep a man. All these women done had man problems. I know they're your favorite, but I don't understand. And Monique is obsessed with Giselle. Like,
this is the reality. These are also women. Giselle, first of all, is a woman that seems like, she loves hard, but she's not just gonna settle for anything.
And Giselle has not had a different man.
For anything, she could have had somebody beside her.
She has not had a different man every season either. She had, Sherman and that one guy who she said wasn't a thug. And that's all I can remember.
And Jamal.
Yeah. That's not a different man every season. So for her to say Giselle is fake, but Portia's okay. Monique I think she mad because Giselle would never be her friend.
Never. I told you when people, I see it all the time. Y'all ain't gonna like this. Kenya the same way with Nene. Kenya cried.
Yeah, probably.
One of the reasons.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me. One of the reasons why you heard me.
Jealous of Kenya because
you heard me.
Oh,
you want me to say it slow?
Jealous of Kenya because of what? What?
let me say it slow for the people in the back.
Joy, say your thing.
Let me say it slow for the people in the back. One of the reasons why Nene and Kenya was at odds is because Kenya would never befriend her.
Oh, please.
That has been their biggest issue. Y'all keep forgetting that the reason that Marlo and Kenya fell out was because Kenya and Nene went to a party together and Marlo wasn't invited.
She offered her furniture. Okay, what? Denise, be quiet. No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Put that back up. What's she saying?
Hold on, let me get
about furniture. She did.
Nene wanted Kenya wanted Nene to be her friend so bad. Yes, you're correct. That is true. That was in California when she stayed in California. That's true. And when she mentioned it, Nene wrote her a check because she was ticked about it. Yes, that really did happen.
Y'all know I love Kenya, but I don't know about that. Come on, Kenya. You don't need her that bad.
Stood outside her house because they were so late and Nene was having a dinner party. It was on the show, right? They were having a dinner party and they showed up so late. Nene was like, they can't come in. And Kenya stood outside and said, I wanted to see the furniture that I gave you and how it's set up. Yes. So
what is that? Okay. And she said that in what? What's your point? You have no point.
The point is this: that she
wanted to be her friend so bad that she was giving her furniture. That's what.
Maybe she just thought Nene needed
to do. So ridiculous.
I don't know how that's ridiculous. It shows playing itself.
I love you so much you can have my couch. Come on.
That's just a silly example.
I don't care.
It ain't all I got. Kenya begged for that girl. How many times did we hear at reunion? So we're not friends, Nene? How many times did we hear that?
And that.
Just even how she would respond with her friendship with Cynthia is an example. Like when Nene made a comment once and said, Cynthia and I were really close. No, she was the closest person on this couch. Here go Kenya. Not anymore.
Not any. Well, Joy, you have to understand that Kenya has probably issues with friendships and stuff because of her mom.
She
definitely
Kenya
might have issues with friendships because Kenya is so fabulous, smart, educated,
okay, I'm gone.
Person.
I'm gone.
Some other people cannot.
I gotta go wash my hair or something. Mop the floor, wash my walls, something.
No, I do like Kenya, Joy.
To this
I like Kenya. I don't think Kenya and Monique are the same. Do not put Kenya in there with Monique.
Wait a minute. I know we're not going to be on here all night. What y'all think about that video that came out today that said Mama Diane and Porsha and the 20,000 from Hosea?
That first, do you want me to download that or no? Because I got that too. Okay.
I didn't really.
No, it was Porsha cousin. You ain't got to download it. It's one of Porsha's ugly, hating cousins.
Oh, why she got to be ugly, Joy?
Did I say that? I'm sorry.
That girl ain't done nothing to you.
You know why I said that? Not necessarily physically ugly, but somebody that would go to sit up there and talk about. First of all, Porsha ain't light skinned. You ding dong. And sit up here and say that she thinks she better than everybody.
How Porsha light skin? The cousin.
The cousin. That she light skin.
You think Porsha light skin?
Because she thinks. And I said, right, you ding dong. I'm saying nothing light skin about Porsha. But they were trying to say she light skinned. Her and her mother think they're better than everybody in the family. When she started off like that, I was like, this is some hating little cousin who Porsha probably won't even let in the house on Memorial Day.
I did share this with the group, but I did not watch it because I don't like when family talk about family.
Since they was kids, you're kidding.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it because
about Miss Diane, I don't know if that's true or not. I know her mother's very supportive.
That's why I didn't want to really
that kind of thing is capable of. I think anything is possible.
Yeah.
But her mother did pay the foundation back. If that's true, her mother did the right thing. That's what she said that in the thing that they didn't want to call the police, so she paid.
I had never even heard about that before.
Lily or whatever. I didn't watch it because I don't feel like you should talk about your family members.
Usually they don't do that about charitable foundations. They don't like to put that in the news because people don't want to give to a foundation.
Right.
If they feel like one of the board members or one of the people or faces would be stealing. So they, she probably had to give up her spot.
Yeah. Well, you don't talk about Kenya no more, Joy. We ain't gonna.
I got right on off that little topic because it's ridiculous.
Joy, you can't talk about Kenya. Nah, I love when y'all talk about
one of her little stalker fans sitting in the middle there.
Oh,
what?
I think she might be talking about me, but
it ain't no think. Let me be clear.
Mm-hmm. No. She's a stalker fan to Ericka Jayne.
Let me be clear.
I don't think she's a stalker. I think she's a stalker fan of Ericka Jayne.
And her too.
Who is New York? Did y'all see New York? Who's New York? I have not watched New York.
It's on tonight. It comes on tonight.
Okay. So
yesterday it was boring, girl. It was like watching paint dry. But I will say this. I'm starting to wonder about when people talk about race baiting. If Ebony bring up race one more time in a situation, she brought it up when they were having a beauty contest.
Okay.
Hold on. Y'all didn't see it.
I'm gonna watch it. Oh, she said they call Ramona Alpha. I don't think Ramona's racist.
I'm doing this show.
Well, you know that they say Ramona was
huh?
You know they said, did I play this?
Your feud with Kenya. Is that true? Is that who you kind of went head to head with?
It's so funny. There are always so many rumors around the Housewives. There were feuds. However, spoiler alert, my feud was not with Kenya. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. There were other feuds. I actually found, I was so surprised because a lot of the women I expected to be a certain way and they were completely opposite of what I thought they would be. And it was really interesting because, I obviously deal with that being on the show. People think I'm someone that I'm not. But you think, well, I know this. I'm a housewife. I can see through all that. No, I was actually really surprised by a lot of people.
Who are you most surprised with?
I don't know who I would say I was the most surprised. I think I was the most surprised by everyone. The one I was the least surprised by was Ramona.
I just want to say about our trip that we just were on Turks and Caicos. Yeah. I'm not the only one that mixes up her words.
Oh, yeah, well, we know.
I'm talking about Ramona.
I know, yes.
Really was surprised. I got along really well with Kenya. I didn't know Kenya really well, and so that was cool. And Kyla and I laughed a lot. Really had a great time with her, and so I had a great trip. I can't say the same for Ramona.
Okay.
So Joy, Kenya is a good person.
Whatever. I guess
I'm the stalker though.
She can take some medication for 2 weeks. But anyway, look. Wait a minute. Let me get back to New York. Who is the lady that's the face of New York?
Ramona.
Okay. Ramona, did y'all watch it yesterday?
Well, Denise said that they said Ramona was racist.
That's who it was then. I was just going to say that. Girl, first of all, she was a little drunk. But she always said that she was not racist. That the mere fact that she takes pictures with black people and put them on her Instagram, and they don't do that with other friends.
Who's it? What? Well, you know Ramona was mean to Giselle.
I was actually okay. So Ebony had it was an election day party. Well, we know that the election wasn't called that night. So they were sitting around drinking, waiting on something to happen that didn't happen that night. So at some point, she had said that when Ramona had taken a picture with Ebony and had posted it on her Instagram, and then some other friend who's also black, she's going to be on the show next week, by the way.
Right. Yeah, it's another black lady.
And that black, she also did the same thing with her, said, I'm enjoying my new friendship, that she's only doing that to show that she is diverse because she's afraid of how she's going to look this season. And they all but called her, meaning not all. Somebody said, Ebony said at some point, are you trying to say that she only did that because I'm black and she's only putting this other girl on here? She's like, that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, she said she's doing it to hide. Oh, Ebony said to hide her racism. She said, yeah.
Well, you know, okay, so
she was drunk and she was funny.
But she said it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they all went to this thing, and Giselle was the only black housewife that was there. I don't know if Ramona knew that Giselle was a housewife. And for her to be mean to blonde hair, light skinned Giselle, you know she might be racist. She told Giselle to get out the picture.
Oh, I remember that.
She didn't belong in the picture.
I did hear that was at Andy's baby shower, wasn't it, or something?
I know. I thought it was somewhere else, but she would not let Giselle.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think Ramona think that Giselle was the help, but so she might be. I'm gonna watch it though. But since it wasn't that good, we won't have to discuss that Sunday. So we gonna take
it. And I'm sick of. I like Ebony, but girl, I mean, she brings up race and everything. She gonna bring it up next week. I was like, look, I'm a race baiter. I'm like, but she take it too far. But I will also say this: I think she is just as uncomfortable being around all those white women as all those white women are being uncomfortable around her, because they're afraid to say something that can get canceled, and she is afraid of not looking black.
Who, Ebony?
Yeah,
not representing the black people.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna meet Sunday. I'm gonna put one more thing up, and then we can go if I have it. So for all the people who watch OC, Kelly's gone, Bronwyn's gone, and the other new chick, I can't think of her name. She's gone.
Right.
Heather's coming back. So I know a lot of people are excited. Kelly, do you know? Kelly's the one who wore the drunk lives matter that made a lot of Black Lives Matter people mad. And at the reunion, Andy was like, do you think that was insensitive? And she was like, how? I'm black. I think that's why she ain't on no more. So
she said, how? I'm black?
I'm black.
Kelly did that?
I think her 23andMe maybe have like 1% Nigerian or something.
Yeah, it's a lot of white people on, and this is so funny. One of my favorite, it's so funny. One of my favorite, I done got so many hits on it. This white guy did a ancestry thing, and he was 100% African. So he was like, you have to see it. It's a TikTok. He was like, so he's doing the Bernie Mac. Who's the man? Who's the man? Strong, healthy, black man.
Yeah, that's what Kelly did.
So I put in his comments, okay, you can come to the barbecue, bring sodas. And it's so funny that a whole lot of people say he can come to the barbecue, but the stuff that they have him bring is like napkins,
paper. They bring no potato salad. Don't bring no potato salad.
Wait a minute. And he did another video and he was like, so I can't bring nothing to eat or something. He was like, no, we got to test you out first.
I can tell you, my friend, my white friend Crystal, I love me some Crystal. I went to her house. She was like, do you want some tea to drink? I said, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Nah, I said, oh, girl, you got Leroy in your kitchen. All right.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. But so a lot of people are upset about that. I don't know if y'all watch OC. It was not that good.
We had an interesting conversation because I don't know, in one of the groups, I don't know if you all saw, Ebony apparently made a comment about pumpkin pie being white people's taste.
And sweet potato. Yeah, well, I think we talked about that.
Oh, we did talk about that? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we talked about that.
Yeah, I think we did.
People talked about the Kool-Aid analogy, which I had never heard.
Kool-Aid.
Huh? Did we talk about that?
Yeah. I still don't understand the Kool-Aid, how Kool-Aid is black.
Yeah, because the lady was like, well, what if I had said Kool-Aid, get some Kool-Aid? And I was like, okay. Cool. I've always associated Kool-Aid with kids.
Me too.
She always associated Kool-Aids with being poor. I was like, as high as sugar is, that don't even make any sense.
I associate Kool-Aid with the cult people who drank the Kool-Aid and died. I don't associate it with black people. So I don't know. I understand watermelon and fried chicken, but not.
Right. I was like, it's some food that has some race connotation to it, but I never saw it as race. I always saw Kool-Aid as kid.
But I do know that people think that black people eat pumpkin pie and white people eat black people eat sweet potato pie, white people eat pumpkin pie.
I think it's regional. I think that's more regional. I think people up north, in my head, white people probably do eat more pumpkin than sweet potato, but in the South, white people eat sweet potato pie.
I think so. Yeah. I don't want none of it. But okay, so we're gonna say we're not meeting anymore this week unless something really good happens. And Sunday we're gonna be with the fathers and have a good time with them, and then we'll be back one day next week, maybe on a hot topics or something. If something happens on a Wednesday.
And to you all out there who have lost your fathers. Oh, happy Father's Day. I lost mine a couple of years. This is my second Father's Day.
Oh, Joy.
My daddy.
Oh, hold on. We got a black person like pumpkin pie, y'all.
I like it. I buy from Walmart every year. It's actually a healthy alternative.
Well, they put pumpkin and stuff and it's healthier. Yeah. I don't like either one of them because they smushy. I don't like smushy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a texture person.
Consistency of it. But it's good. I like pumpkin. I buy it at Walmart. I ain't finna make one. But it was actually the ones at Walmart are really good. She prefers it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's not true either then, people. So y'all need to quit with all these stereotypical type. But we will miss y'all. We'll miss y'all this week, and hit us up in the group or on our page and Instagram. And hold on, I have a little thing. Anything else y'all want to say, ladies? Before we get off of here, I think it was a great show. I enjoy you all. We're gonna keep up with Ericka, Jayne, and Steve because I don't even think the court case has started yet. So they're just now like in discovery, I guess, trying to find everything.
If anybody watches this, if y'all can find any court documents, like I would really like to see what date, because I have noticed that there are, like on Wikipedia and a couple of places, there are dates for their divorce, which that's strange.
That's strange.
Because if they're saying that she's divorced already, that makes her look more guilty, by the way. So she stayed with him, but she was just going to divorce him on paper.
Yep, that's all it is. I don't know. I still like Ericka. I don't want her to leave the show, but I want her to get them people this. I want her to get.
I don't know necessarily what she adds to it, though.
She doesn't share her life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she. I'm not saying that she should leave her. I just don't. I can't. She could very easily be missed.
Not by Callie.
See what? Because even last year, under all of that mess, she didn't add anything to the show. She didn't give me a sense of, girl, we gotta have you. You know, I would have much preferred to see Denise come back. I don't know how they didn't make that work with her.
Woo, and I think it's crazy because they talked all about Denise and her sleeping with somebody, but they scared of Ericka. They ain't gonna talk about. I guess they're gonna talk about it this time. We'll see.
Well, they say, what's her name? Well, we know she asked her some questions.
Marcel is.
Yeah. But you know, Marcel is going to question them a little bit more, because she's not under that belief that you just don't talk about money kind of thing.
Yeah.
She's not really like that. That's the reason why she can ask.
She's not part of their little clique either. Like the 5 of them go out and they don't invite her or something. Yeah. So she don't care about them.
But they will all jump ship. But you'll find out who your real friends are, because they will all jump ship away from her, not want to be associated with her.
I think the only person who's still gonna want to be is in the middle. Wave your hand, Callie.
Oh,
you know what?
You love her. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all,
because I checked out the minute Joy said stalking Teresa, or whoever she stalks. I'm not sure.
I don't stalk
anything
nobody.
Important?
Do you think that? I think she should do an interview. Well, maybe after the lawsuit, she should do an interview with somebody and kind of state her case, but not until the lawsuit's over.
With who?
They said Garcelle, but I think it needs to be like somebody legit. Like, I don't know if Barbara Walters still do something, but you know, somebody.
Sunny, The View.
Sunny, yeah. She needs
to. Meghan McCain would rip her to shreds.
Oh my gosh, Meghan.
But she's a real Housewives fan. Like she would be a legitimate person.
Yeah.
I don't think that but yeah, she should. Look, she did not do the worst of these acts, but it seems like she wants to continue to benefit from them. That's the problem.
Ericka's cute still. She can get her a new man just like Fallon can. Ericka better, just because you 50, don't mean that you can't get it. She know how to do splits and stuff. She can go strip again.
She can find her another 60-year-old. He'd be glad.
I don't watch The Real. They say Garcelle's good on The Real, so maybe she'll interview her.
I can't watch The Real no more.
I don't.
Got rid of my girl. I just cannot go back.
Who they get rid of? Tamara or Tam?
Many years ago, when they got rid of my girl, Holly Robinson Peake. I just had.
Oh no, that's The Talk.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying Tamar, because The Real got rid of her. I don't watch none of it.
I don't mess with. I never did really watch that. I watched it every once in a blue moon, but yeah, I didn't even tape that. I actually used to tape. I still take The View every day, but I actually used to tape The Talk. Which one is The Talk?
I used to tape The View. That's my favorite, but the whole virtual thing kind of.
I don't like it either.
Yeah,
I tape it every day. Sometimes they'll have somebody on there I want to see. I'll watch it, but yeah, I don't watch it.
Right, are they never going to come back together? Are they?
I hope they do. I think they.
I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that. Bravo.
Yeah, what happened live is back.
He had live people there.
And Wendy has live people back now.
Who?
Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She did, because she had Michael, the white guy.
Gary Owens.
We talked about him last week, didn't we?
Did we talk about him? Yeah, he went on a date with Wendy. I mean, I don't know if it was a date, but they went out to eat.
Oh, yeah. The comedian.
I think she wants a white guy, because she was dating a white guy. I think that's what she wants.
Ain't no wrong. Why
they only went out like twice. It didn't sound like that went anywhere.
I think that people should venture off and see what other things can do if that's what they want to do.
Yeah. I've gone out with 2 white guys in my life.
So go ahead and try, girl. Go ahead. Don't believe everything they say about them. It ain't always.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we out of here. We will see y'all maybe next Wednesday, but definitely no, not the 20th, but after that. We'll see y'all.
Happy Father's Day to all the single moms out there that do it both.
Oh God, I hate that. Oh, that's a whole nother different discussion.
We do need, and I want to start.
That would have been a good discussion to have Sunday.
Why do you hate that? Joy?
That would be a good discussion to have.
That would have been a good discussion to have Sunday.
We just but why do you hate that?
Because you don't have to say Happy Father's Day to a mother who has a whole day.
Well, we also
Anyway.
don't have to say Happy Mother's Day.
You
to
can't be a
everybody, whether they're
father
mothers or not.
because, like I said,
Have you
this
ever
would be a
noticed
great.
that?
You can't be a father to a child when you're a mother. It just ain't gonna happen.
So maybe
There
we
are
need to do a
It
show
can
next
happen,
week
Joy.
about that after
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Well,
I
you'd
mean,
have to be in the. You'd have to be in the situation. Maybe then you'd understand.
I don't
Callie,
agree with that
I
either,
think
though.
that a mother could be a very rounded mother. I have seen some phenomenal women that have raised children who did not have a father on purpose and by accident.
Mhm.
So I'm certainly not saying that you can't be a phenomenal mother to a child, but you can't be a father. You just can't. You can try to
Joy.
give them a lot of things, but you do not have a penis. I'm sorry.
Oh my
You
goodness.
do not have.
Okay, let's not get into this because I want to do a show on it.
Montique, we forgot the ticker for the Joyism.
I did put that up. Y'all didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it.
Yes, did you see it, Joy?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Joy. My friend Patrice, she actually coined that.
Yeah.
Because I write
on some wild.
I'm an aspiring author, and
Yeah.
she was like, "What? Come on, I need some joyisms."
Hey, so can we do a show on this instead of y'all talking about it now? Maybe next week after Father's Day.
I think that's what I think that a woman could be. Just like for my father. I thought my father single raised me until I was 2, until he married my stepmother, and I believe I was maybe 7 or 8. He was a phenomenal father, but he could never be my mother. He couldn't truly explain to me if it just been him and I about a period. He could try his best. And he could tell me, he could even read verbatim what a book says. But it's just certain things that he just couldn't do. It don't make him
he's a man,
a father.
Right? It's certain things he can't do because he's a man, right?
It is.
You have to walk in those shoes, is what I'm saying. You have to walk in those shoes before you can really have an opinion. So you have not had to walk in the shoes of being a single parent. So you can't really say you can give an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I didn't have to walk in the shoes, but I lived that life.
Okay, listen. Can we talk about this next?
I just wasn't the parent. I was the child.
Okay,
I
so
just
you didn't live that life. You lived the life of a child, not
without one of my without one of my
parents. We will not agree on that.
You're correct.
Okay, Callie, Joy, do y'all want to just do a show on this or no next week?
Yes, I think that you have to have some strong balls to come up here and listen to Joy for 2 hours, tell you everything you think is right is wrong. And I'm gay.
No, that's not what she's doing. Just because somebody has a different opinion of you. Okay, hold on. Because somebody has a different opinion.
I'd like to finish the sentence.
Go
the
ahead.
minute I say Happy Father's Day to all you single mothers out there that are doing a good job of being what you can do to be a father, you said, I don't like that. Okay.
I don't.
You don't have to. You didn't say that?
I said I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. So then, yeah, I mean, it would be fun to come up and talk to Joy for an hour and everything you believe she thinks is wrong. And then we can go from there, and I'm game. Just send me the calendar invite.
Okay, but I want people to know this too, because we all three have very different opinions on a lot of things. Just because we do, like, and I think that's why I like us. But just because
we have an opinion, talk about it now.
Just because we have an opinion does not mean it's right. It's just how we feel for us.
Can you repeat that? Because I don't
actually can we stop this live and then do another one? Let's stop this live.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, let's piece it out.
Peace.
Okay. Lord Jesus. Okay, so